lighting looked good, so I'm going to try to re-record this again for probably like the 5th time. Hi. This is going to be my review of the Quaoar Perseus Premium. I'm going to start by going over a couple of the main specs of this pad, and then I'll go into why I like the pad with some gameplay and some glide tests between a couple of different mice and mouse skates. The pad comes in 2 different styles. I have the premium version. It also comes in an essentials style, and there's a couple of differences between them. For starters, all of the premium versions come in different colorways. For instance, this one comes in this bright orange color, and the entire essentials line all comes in just a normal black. I personally have not tried the essentials, so everything I say is going to cater to the premium version. For starters, this mousepad comes in at $49.99 USD. I purchased mine on lethalgaminggear.com back in September, and it has quickly become one of my favorite pads. I believe the entire Quaoar line comes in the 490 by 420 size, which is a little smaller than what I prefer, being that a lot of pads have already moved to the 500 by 500 larger square size. That's the size, that's my favorite size, that's what I really like to play on. But size does not take away from how high quality and how nice of a pad this is. This is a balanced pad with medium static and dynamic friction, making it great for tech FPS games, which I don't personally play a lot of. I play a lot of higher TTK games like the Finals or Apex Legends. The pad has subsurface stitched edges, which means that the edges ride right below the actual surface of the pad. You can't really make it out on camera, but that makes it very nice if you're ever over at like the edge of the pad for some reason you don't have that same upwards hump that you would on a pad without subsurface stitched edges. Honestly, that doesn't really change much gameplay wise, because ideally you're not going to be off the mouse pad with your mouse, but it is nice having a smoother surface where your wrist is going to rest. The pad is slightly slower than the LG Saturn Pro, which has the same static and dynamic friction, and one key difference between the two is just how soft the actual surface of the Perseus is. This is probably the softest mouse pad I own. It's literally like a blanket. Right now I'm using the Beast X with Jade dots, and it's a very fast setup, but this is, as I said, a very controlled mouse pad, so stopping power just feels really good on it all around. And I also have the Lamzu Atlantis Mini with Obsidian dots. These Obsidian dots are very, very worn in. They're super slow, especially on a mouse this light, which is, I believe, like 42 grams. We also have the R1 with Obsidian Pros. This mouse does not move. This thing is a rock. To get it across the pad, I essentially have to throw it. Like that's a lot of force being put behind that, and it's just not going anywhere. And there's also the X2 with Obsidian donuts, another pretty heavy setup. These skates are a lot newer and not as slow as the Obsidian Pros, so they're a lot easier to move on the pad. All in all, I think it's a great pickup if you are looking for something a little bit more controlled and don't want a regular black square like the Saturn Pro. But I would say if you are looking for a larger size, you can get a Saturn Pro, and it's basically the exact same thing. The pad also has a special port on base. I will have a better description of what specifics of the base are up on screen, but this base sticks really, really well to my desk. As you can see, a lot of force has it not going anywhere. Sorry about that. One other thing of note is that the logo is just printed on the top, which I don't really have any issue with. My mouse never really skates down below that area, so I'm never in the bottom right corner of the pad, so I don't really notice any issues with that. But if you are somebody who plays in the farthest most corners of the pad, you may have an issue with running over the logo. All in all, I do think this pad is a great pickup for anybody looking for a new control pad. I don't, here comes my cat. All right. Spokeswoman herself, telling you how it really is. Is she gonna, okay, yeah, that wasn't doing anything, don't worry. If this isn't a testament for how much you should get this mouse pad, I don't know what is. Look at it. She feels right at home. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Anyways, if you are looking for a new mouse pad and want something a little bit more controlled, then this is a pad I would highly, highly recommend. You have to like and subscribe. There's a cat. You gotta like and subscribe now. It's kind of like a law.